Today we're making homemade white bread, one of the easiest breads to make. We start with our yeast, 1.5 tablespoons of instant yeast. And now we'll add 2 cups of warm water, say around 105 degrees. We get it stirred up, mixed up nicely, and then we'll add the rest of the water. Once we get that mixed up nicely, we'll add 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Okay, so we'll just sprinkle it in, let it dissolve, and we'll mix it up. It's time to add 1/4 cup of canola oil. And now we'll add 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Okay, now we gotta add 6 to 6.5 cups of flour. We'll start out by adding 5 cups, and we'll gradually add the rest so we get it to the right consistency. Okay, we got 5 cups of flour in there, and now we'll mix it up, and then we'll add the other cup and see if we need to add any more. Once that gets incorporated together, I'll start adding the 6th cup. I'll let it mix and get incorporated nicely. Say about 5 minutes or so. Okay, so let's stop the mixer, remove the dough hook, clean the dough hook off, get all that dough off of there, don't waste any. Add a little bench flour. Get that dough off the dough hook. No reason to waste it. Okay, so we'll clear it out a little bit. We'll get a little bench flour down there. Knead it around until we get it into a nice smooth ball. Okay, so gently fold it over. Give it a turn. Push it over. And fold it over. Push it over. We get it into a nice ball. Look at that nice ball. Alright, so we'll get it in a nice large bowl. We want to oil the bowl. Swing it around in there a little bit and turn it over. Cover it up. The dough will double in size, so make sure your bowl is large enough to handle that. We get our pan ready. Spray a little canola oil in there. Here we go. Look at that. See the size now? Doubled up. And maybe even a little more than double. You'll fold it over. Keep folding it nicely, get it all together. And it comes out nice and easy. Don't have to play around with it too much. Tighten up those ends there. And we'll put it in the pan. Looks like it's ready. Yeah, push it down a little bit. And then we'll throw a little flour on top, because we're going to cover it up with a towel, and we don't want it sticking to the towel because it's going to rise for another half hour. Just a little. You don't want it sticking to your towel. It's not going to be fun. So 30 minutes should do it. While it's rising, you could set your oven at 350 and get it nicely preheated. There you go. See, it came up above the pan. Bake this for about 30 minutes at 350. Looks like it's done. Look at that. Beautiful loaf of bread. I like to take it out of the pan right away. Let it cool off on the rack. It'll pop right out. And turn it over and just let it sit there. Look at that baby. That's beautiful. So much better than store-bought white bread. And it doesn't take that much. Simplest bread to make. Here's the recipe. Good luck. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like.